So we're on the bus after John McCain's speech, acceptance speech, and I just want to talk a little bit about the delegation, how it's breaking up. There's about 50 people here from Rhode Island, whether it be delegates, alternates, or guests. One of those is Jim Patty, who you've seen in previous entries. He's here from East Greenwich, and Jim had an interesting experience today, so I wanted to talk about that. He had a chance to go to Al Jazeera, which you may know as the Arab news channel, which is beamed into 50 million homes in the Middle East. So I happened to talk about his experience. Jim, tell us about Al Jazeera. How did you even get the opportunity to be on there?
So we just walked up into the press area, and I introduced myself as someone who used to work in the Middle East. And one thing led to another, and they said, come up and do a panel. So I was happy to do it, and I sat up there for the whole McCain speech. And I was part of a panel of one Democrat and two Republicans, and it was moderated by an Arab anchor.
So tell us quickly about your experience in the Middle East.
Which one? Oh, you were on the one next door.
I set up a campus for Georgetown.
This is
several years ago, and this was a chance for me to reconnect with some of the people that I used to work with.
So what kinds of questions did they ask? Did they pose you questions, or was it more of just a general discussion, comment on what McCain said?
They did ask questions. They asked them in Arabic, and I wore a headset, and there was a 2 or 3 second delay between the question in Arabic and the translation that came through my headset. But the big impression, I don't remember any of the specific questions, but a lot of them dealt with their perceived militarism of John McCain and their belief that a McCain presidency would lead to more war in the region. So I tried to really assertively make the case that he's best positioned to keep the peace and to keep a secure and stable Middle East, as opposed to Obama, who really doesn't have the experience in this matter.
Now, did they ask you any questions about Obama?
They did. They have noted that the young people are really going crazy for Barack Obama, and so I agreed with that, and I said, for the past several months, the Republican Party has been sort of dormant, but over the past few days, I think McCain and his selection of Palin has really done a lot to energize the party, young people included, and now I feel like we have our own sort of enthusiasm for the election, so I think we're really well positioned for the fall.
So obviously you've had experience in the Middle East, but there go the lights. Hold on a second. This is the high production value we have here on the Beat Beacon blog, but tell us, put this one on too, so it's actually shining on you, or maybe not. Okay, so was it a little bit, what was the difference? How would you react differently on, say, Arab news channel versus if you were being interviewed by an American news outlet?
Well, you got to keep the concepts very basic. They don't understand the intricacies of the American political system. So I just didn't presume that they understand how our primaries work. But I said, tried to explain that a convention is when a candidate finally accepts the nomination of the party and leads the party into the November general election.
Anything else?
It was a really wonderful experience. I'm glad I did it.
Good. Thank you, Jim.